The art of waiting. Everybody wants everything now. They won't wait. The art of waiting. You're not going to bond together the first 6 months. You're not going to get the cleaving right even the first year. It takes some time for you to leave the historicity of your mother and father and cleave and become one flesh. You're going to go through some name changes, and you're going to go through some frustration because you're still leaving and cleaving, and it's a process before your mother finally gets out of your head and your father finally gets out of your head, and you start developing a new culture and a new philosophy that your kids one day will have to grow up and leave and cleave. The art of waiting. Jesus, as busy as he was, sat by the well all day waiting on one woman to come down to the well. He knew she would get there, and he waited. There are some men in this room. There are some men in this room who are waiting for you, sister, at the well. He's waiting. A waiting man is a man who hasn't given up. When a man waits, it just means that he hasn't given up. Brother, there's a waiting woman. She said, here she is. Oh, I could really go there with that. I'm going to stay right here. Woo! There's so much to be said. There's a waiting woman waiting on you to grow up. If we take a skin graft and we take a piece of skin from here and we put it on a wound right here because we're all wounded, it takes a while. No matter how good the skin is, it takes a while for the skin to graft. If you're not willing to wait, you're going to mess the wound up and have to go back to the beginning and meet somebody new and start all over again. And you're going to end up at the same place. I know you don't believe it. I know you don't hear me. I know you think I'm stupid, but you are going to end up at the same place with the second wife that you ended up with the first wife. If you don't fix what's wrong with you, it is going to happen again. 50%, 64, 74% is going to happen. We happy now. You and her were happy at first. You're always happy at first. Why you think you get married? To develop the art of listening, and you can catch a falling marriage if you can listen. Because generally, people leave each other for simple stuff. Simple stuff. They generally leave each other for stuff the other person could have provided. It's not the great big stuff, the calculus of marriage. It's the little simple things that either make it or break it. The difference between happiness and hell is little things. A family that's going through hell could be a happy place. They're miserable over little things. What are the little things that you are getting wrong, and are you willing to change them? You may not fix all of them. Just fix enough of them that you can get Fred on the boat and y'all can get back together again, and he can do some fixing and you can do some fixing, because it's not going to be one-sided fixing. I can hear somebody right now. They're saying, yes, get them, Jakes. Get them. Oh, that's right. They're going to be in the car saying, that's right. If you just listen to me, that's right. Shut up! I'm not just talking to her. I'm talking to you. Just because somebody talks soft doesn't mean they're not serious. Just because he talks soft doesn't mean he's not serious. Most of the time we're too busy to listen. And if you don't listen, you're going to lose. And then you're going to pay all of these professionals to come in and help you listen. You're going to pay a counselor so much money an hour to tell you what she said. And you're going to sit there with the wife that you've been with for years, and somebody who just met them is going to say, what she's saying is... And if you don't listen to the counselor because you storm out of there, we're not going back to counseling. Then you're going to end up with a lawyer who's going to say, now what he's saying is, and you're going to get this much, and all of them are going to bill you. They're going to make money off of you because you will not listen. Money you could have spent in the Bahamas, money you could have gone to South Africa with, money you could have spent a week in Hawaii with, you're going to spend all kind of money dividing up stuff you worked all your life to get because you won't. If your husband is waiting on you, if he's waiting on you, if he's fighting off the others, I feel you, man. I feel you. I got your back, dog. I'm coming with it. I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. If he's fighting off women who want to do what you won't do, and that's more than sex. That can be kindness, that can be time, it can be sex too. How about that? Somebody say sex, it can be sex. He's waiting on you. Are you making him wait longer than necessary because you're distracted into your own things? And eventually what happens to men, I know men, I've been a man all my life. Eventually, he gives up on waiting. And then you call him a dog. But all of them were not dogs at first. They just got tired. Oh, wait, it's one thing to wait on somebody who's getting ready. You know how you be waiting on your wife and she's getting ready? And my wife would say in a minute for a half hour. But I can deal with that as long as I see it coming. It's coming. It's not there yet, but it's coming. So what I do, this is how I do this, guys. I jingle my keys, just to remind her that I'm waiting. I don't mind waiting as long as it's coming. What becomes difficult is when you're waiting and you see no change. Because if I see you hurrying, at least I know that you're conscious that you're making me wait is putting me in a strain. And the consciousness of it is encouraging. But when you act oblivious to it, like sometimes I see people in the second service who just got out the car at 11:15 and they're walking across the street like this. I think, baby, why? What? Pick up the pace. And you that are waiting, don't give up. You got too much invested. Too many tears, too many years, too many kids, too much time. And some of y'all, I don't know, it's hard to encourage you. You ain't been married long enough to be tired. You tired out. You've been married 2 years and wore out. Come. The art of forgiving. The art of forgiving. You will never sustain a lifelong love without forgiveness. He's gonna blow it. He's gonna blow it and say the wrong, dumb thing at the wrong time and not even know that it was a dumb thing. And say it over again and again and not even know that he is ticking you off every time he says it. She's going to be busy giving you what you used to need, not knowing that you are not who you were. And if you don't forgive her for being what used to be a good wife, you'll never see the good wife that she could be now. I was on the Dr. Phil show, and they were talking about the governor from New York and what went on with him, and they were talking about his wife standing by him, and they were all going off about it and going off. I said, please, we don't get to tell her whether she should forgive him or not. You don't know anything about what makes that marriage work, the chemistry of that relationship. What has he forgiven about her? What drives two people together? How they fit together like a key and a lock is nobody's business. We don't get, just because we're the viewer, to participate in the marital process of people coming together. There is not a married person in this room that's been married a considerable amount of time who hasn't had to forgive each other to stay together. And if you don't develop the art of forgiveness, and some of you have never developed the art of forgiveness because your mother didn't demonstrate it or your father didn't demonstrate it, and you have no point of reference, that it's not in your culture, and if you don't get in your Bible, you're not going to find it. And I dare you to pray the Lord's Prayer and dare you to stand and pray, forgive me of my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. If God forgave you like you forgave him, would you be saved or would you be going to hell right now? I don't understand how you can get down on your knees and ask God for forgiveness and believe that he forgive you for your improprieties and your mistakes, and yet when you get a chance to operate in that forgiveness, you have no forgiveness for me, and you say it's because you're holy? I say it's because you're hellish. You can't be